this Monday Morning Critic podcast. Hello, Ian, Catalina. How are you?
Good, Derek. How are you?
Great. So, you play a married couple. Obviously, those who are watching the show know this. You suffered the loss of Thomas, which is truly hell on earth for, I'm sure, any parent. Then you end up in another hell that's inescapable, which is the show itself. Each of you has family and children. What do you think the most frightening thing about what each of your characters is going through is?
Um, hmm. I think the inability of just keeping your children tight. I mean, like
Mm,
losing Thomas as a parent, you just want to bubble wrap them and just put them, just don't move, don't breathe, breathing too hard. I mean, like you just want to overcompensate and control their lives, but it's impossible. It's not realistic, and I think this season you're just gonna see how these kids are, making their own decisions. I think last season we saw it with Julie making her decision. That was the first time that she was making a decision as an adult, basically.
yeah.
And this season, you see Ethan confront fears that you, as a parent, as a mom, you think that that was impossible to do, and then you learn from that. You take note, and that resonates with you what that little kid is showing you, and that what little kid is telling you to do and to learn from them, which I think it's a beautiful thing.
Ian, what did you want to add to that? Anything?
Yeah. What fear does to human psychology, it can be crippling, or perhaps it can set you free if you can recognize it as a non-limiting factor and let go of what does fear mean. Fear means, in this story, fear can bring on, it's the fear of death.
Yeah.
uh I think the scariest thing that any father can come up against is, what if fear brings about cowardice in
Mm,
the face of it, and you fail to act in the time, when the moment is in front of you, and you don't do what is needed in order to protect your family in this case. And
yeah.
that fear I can resonate with, that cowardice is scarier to me than the fear of death,
Mm,
or any kind of version of what a monster could mean. Maybe
right.
maybe to me, even cowardice is the monster.
Right.
Does that make
You know,
sense?
yeah, perfect sense. Great answers, both of you. My last question is: The Walking Dead was never really about zombies, right? The threat was other people. Do you find the same to be true here? Because you look at some of the people here, the man who got drunk and talk about cowardice, left his family to die. Sarah Myers, Boyd's wife. Do you think people are a bigger threat in this show than the monsters that come out at night?
Not yet. I feel like of course, that is within the lexicon of the human experience,
Right.
but that hasn't fully come out yet. People's There are ones you really have to watch and be careful of, because they're going through something that is really drastic to them, and they might lash out and act out, because they're in such psychological paralysis,
Mm,
until they lash out and do something dangerous. But ultimately, it's so far in our show, the creatures are the ones that
yeah.
you really have to watch out for, and they're good metaphor for the predatory nature of some human beings. So really, it's kind of the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you both. I really appreciate this time. You've been so kind, and you're great on the show. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome. Thank you.